The Timbers took down the Whitecaps on Sunday night to become best in the West and the champions of Cascadia, but now they face an in-form Houston Dynamo in the Western Conference semi-finals. Welcome back, new and returning viewers, to a video that's going to be a little bit different. Normally, if you follow the channel, you'll see a match preview and a match recap video, depending on what game it is. Today I decided to kind of merge the two together, as the Vancouver game, the fantastic win, was Sunday 5 days ago, as it is now Friday, and the Houston game is 4 days away. I decided to do a bit of a match recap of the Vancouver game and then a match preview to the Houston game, because I didn't want to make two separate videos as we're so close to the next game, we're so far away from the Vancouver game, so I thought I'd merge the two together. What a win it was, by the way. Unbelievable performance and result against Vancouver in front of the Timbers Army at Providence Park. When we needed to get the business done, the players did it. They left it all out on the pitch, and it was a very tough game. We went 1-0 down, as I'm sure you'll know, and then managed to claw our way back to make it 2-1. We'll go through the goals in just a little second, but yeah, an unbelievable performance, and just what a result. It made us kings of Cascadia and the best in the West. So the Timbers did go 1-0 down in the 29th minute after a Renya free kick found Kendall Waston in the penalty box. He managed to evade Mabiala, who kind of got stuck in between Vancouver player, and I think it was Vitas, to then head it in. And I think that was from a free kick, and that was something that the Timbers were poor at all day, specifically Guzman. He gave away too many silly free kicks when Vancouver are so good from the air and from set pieces. And I think that's a game where we really should have been avoiding to give away set pieces, corners, long throw-ins and free kicks in around the box, because they've got fantastic dead ball specialists as well as ones that can just whip the ball in the box. So yeah, I think that was the only poor side to the game that I picked up whilst watching, is we gave a few too many free kicks away. But the Timbers went 1-0 down, but then Liam Ridgewell, the captain, stepped up to the plate and got the equaliser. So yes, just 3 minutes later and the Timbers were level. A David Guzman corner kick went all the way back post to the edge of the box to Darlington Nagbe, who tried a curling effort but then was saved by the keeper of Whitecaps and then parried straight into Liam Ridgewell's pass, who adjusted well his run. He had to kind of dive for it and then as well finished pretty tidily. So well done, Liam Ridgewell, fantastic finish, and what a goal. It was great to see the Ridgey roll after all of his injury worries in this season. And I said recently, could he step up to the plate, because he was on edge for me. He made too many mistakes, but that game I thought him and Mabiala were pretty solid, apart from Mabiala not staying with Watson for the goal, but I think, or Waston, sorry, but I think them two were fantastic all game, as were the wing backs Powell and Vitas. But yeah, fantastic goal for Ridgewell, and I think that was such a big turning point in that game, because if he hasn't scored that, then Vancouver, they literally would have just sat on the lead, the 1-goal lead, and tried to just keep it as that, or settled for 1 point, because that's all they needed to go top of the conference. So yeah, that goal was absolutely massive and then really turned the game for us. And then, yeah, the Timbers then went on to take the lead. In the 47th minute, right after the restart, was when the Timbers found the net again to take the lead. Darren Mattocks it was, but it was a wonderful move by Sebastian Blanco, who managed to nutmeg a Whitecaps defensive midfielder on the edge of the box and then play a beautiful disguised through ball to Vitas, who then drew the goalkeeper out, tried to save it from Vitas, but he, smartly cut it back to Darren Mattocks, who finished well with two defenders from the Whitecaps on the line. He managed to squeeze it past them and send the Timbers Army, absolutely wild. It was unbelievable. The commentator went crazy. All the fans went crazy. The fans that had made it back to the seats after the half-time. It was so soon after. I don't think the Whitecaps defence were all settled and ready after the half-time interval. But yeah, it was unbelievable scenes. The Timbers took the lead and then they went through to the game and they managed to hold on well. Defensively, we come under a lot of pressure in the last 20 minutes. Vancouver really got a foothold into the game and started to keep the ball, but the Timbers held strong. The defence was brilliant. Liam Ridgewell, he also made an unbelievable clearance off the line. I just remembered, absolutely insane. The ball was going in. I think it was flicked towards the back post, but he managed to just hook it over his head. I'm not too sure if he thought, for 1 second that it was going to put it into his own net, but thankfully he managed to clear it in the air and the Timbers got it away. And come out the game as kings of Cascadia and top of the Western Conference. After 4 games of the MLS regular season, we're top of the Western Conference. It's an unbelievable achievement for Caleb Porter, and I think up there, obviously nothing beats the MLS 2015 champions, but as a regular season, that's unbelievable to become top of the Western Conference against a lot of odds. Say 10 games ago, you wouldn't have thought that we'd finish top of the Western Conference, but fantastic stuff. The Timbers head into the playoffs. So moving on to the match preview part of today's video, the Timbers head to Houston on the 31st on Tuesday night to Halloween to face Houston Dynamo, a very in-form Houston, and at home fortress of a team. The Timbers may be going there without Fernando Adi yet again. On Wednesday, Club Porter's press conference, he was kind of keeping things under wraps for the third press conference in a row. He said the progress is being kind of slow. He was supposed to be on training on the Wednesday, but the physio team did not let him back. When you've got a hamstring injury, they're very difficult to measure as to whether you're going back too soon, you may re-injure yourself or something like that. So I don't know, it's looking doubtful to see him feature in the Timbers squad, but fingers crossed he will at least be a sub or in the game day squad. A lot of people are saying that this is all actually just a cover-up on Twitter, on Reddit, on Facebook. This is just covering up for the fact that Adi has actually done a transfer deal, and this is all just hiding it. They don't want to play him, something like that, but I don't really believe that. I think he is genuinely injured, and fingers crossed we will see him, if not in this game, the return leg at home. Why waste him in this game to then further injure him for the rest of the playoffs? Why not just rest him for this game and hopefully get him back fit for the return leg at Providence Park? As for Houston, they head into this game with the best home record in the Western Conference. As you can see, 12 wins, 1 loss and 4 draws. One of them draws actually was to us a few months ago at Houston. We went there and got a 2-2 draw. I think you may remember it was that game with the really weird offside or not offside decision, but nonetheless we got a result there. But going into their recent form as well, it's unbeaten in their last 7, and their last 4 games actually have 3 wins and 1 draw. The form is actually better than ours when you compare it, when we've got 2 losses in there and they've got 3 draws. And then looking at their season goal scoring leaders, they've got Eric Torres, their striker, their main striker on 14, a player that I really like and really like watching play. I think he's got that little spark and can change a game instantly. They've got Albert Ellis on 11 and Mauro Manotas on 10. Hopefully I'm pronouncing them right, but it's going to be a very difficult game for the Timbers going there. Dealing with the climax is going to be probably very hot. I don't know, it's just going to be a tough one, and I think my score prediction that I'll say later in the video kind of reflects that. I think it would be a fantastic result if the Timbers can go away from there not conceding a goal, maybe a 0-0, I'd take that, or a 1-1, obviously a 2-1 or just a win in general would be fantastic. But yeah, I'd take a draw going into the game to then take back to Providence Park in the second leg. It should also be mentioned that last night when they actually got through to play us, it was either between them or Sporting KC, they managed to beat them 1-0. At home it was, Sporting KC are a team that we always find to struggle to play against, but they got the business done, so just further proving that this is going to be a very difficult game for the Timbers. They don't have too many players out. They do have, I think it's AJ De La Garza who is out for them at the minute. So yeah, that will be the only thing maybe hindering their first team lineup. But other than that, their attack is looking strong. Their defence will be strong with Derek in goal. They're likely to be a bit of a fortress at home. And yeah, just again, it's going to be a difficult one. As for the team that I want to see face Houston, I was kind of on the fence of choosing the same team that faced Vancouver or mixing it up. I've gone with keeping it. Why change a winning formula? But the argument against that was the fact that Houston would then be able to prepare for the same Timbers lineup, the same attack. They'd be able to, watch the players, study how they play. I don't know, get the defenders on how the players play and how the attackers can do good against our defenders and things like that, spot their weaknesses. So it's going to be difficult for Caleb Porter. Does he go for the same lineup 3 weeks in a row, or 3 games in a row, or does he mix it up a little bit? I don't think there is really too many more options going forward unless you bring in Aspria for Nagby or Blanco, but I really don't see that happening. I think it's going to be the same. So in goal we have Atenella, right back Powell, centre backs Ridgewell, Marbiala, left back Vitas, 2 centre defensive mids, Chara, Guzman, right wing Nagby, centre attacking mid Valeri, and then left wing or left attacking midfielder Blanco, and then up top Darren Mattix. If Addy is fit yet again, I wouldn't say he's going to be, but I'd stick him on the bench, maybe bring him on, but don't force him, don't make him be out for more and then not possibly feature in the later parts of the playoffs, or at least the second leg, because we've got to see him fit, hopefully for that. Fingers crossed. That is a week and a bit away, or 2 weeks away, so just hopefully that he's going to be back, because he's such a big threat going forward and he links up play very well. Having said that, Darren Matters have done fantastically recently, managed to create goals and create space, get other players in with chances, and I think recently we've actually created a lot of chances. The DC United game, we managed to convert them. Vancouver, we didn't really have too many clear-cut chances. We managed to convert well. Having said that, actually, Blanco had quite a few chances that we really should have scored. Didn't go in that game, but we still got the business done. So fingers crossed this game, with the chances, we can convert them and come away from Houston with a good result, either a draw or a win. So before I wrap the video up, I'm going to give you guys my match prediction, my score prediction, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I was borderline going to go for a 2-1 win for the Timbers, but I think it's more realistic, a 1-1 draw. And speaking of realistic, I actually got the score prediction right for the Vancouver game. I predicted it, I put it on Twitter. You know, I predicted a 2-1 win for the Timbers, and lo and behold, they went 1-0 down, but still got the business done and came on top as 2-1 winners. So yeah, a little bit interesting there. I also got the team selection right, but I'm still unsure as to whether Club Porter will still choose the same team lineup, but we'll have to wait and see. It's going to be a very interesting game, a difficult one for the Timbers. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, do give me a like and let me know in the comments below what you think is going to happen, what Club Porter will do for this game. Will he, I don't know, change things up? Will he bring in new wing backs, Valentine? I don't know, just change it up. Somehow I can't really see any changes being made. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. As always, sorry if this one seems rushed. I literally start work in 14 minutes, and how I'm getting to town, I've got no clue. I'm most likely going to be late, but if I didn't film it today, I wouldn't have been able to get it over the weekend. So I've got a very busy weekend, so sorry if it's uploaded maybe on Saturday or Sunday, because I'm quite busy this weekend with work and with seeing people. So yeah, sorry about that, but I hope you enjoyed the video as always. And if you did, subscribe for more Timbers weekly content, and I will see you in the next video. Come on, Timbers.